What up, world? What up to America? What's up to YouTube? I just want to say, before I get started, man, I just want to say that my heart goes out to the Deontay Wright family and his friends, his girlfriend, and his child. And my heart goes out to the George Floyd family, children, and his friends and his loved ones. But I want to put this out there. No matter what the verdict is to America, especially my people, we got to be careful and we got to be strategic on how we operate out here. I know that we are angry. I know that we hurt, but we got to stop letting other group of people stop letting people get us wild up. And I'm speaking, to people that come into your hometown, like politicians, people that want to take photo ops, don't have anything to do with your city, where you live, because Minnesota's my native home. I wasn't born in Minnesota. I wasn't born and raised here. But this is the home where all my children were born at, and I live here, and I love it here. Ain't too big, ain't too small. You did? But Chicago is my hometown. Everybody knows that, okay? But I live here, and my children were afraid. They were scared. They were afraid of all the noise and all the, people, breaking into the stores. So we had to get them to somewhere safe. They felt like they didn't want to be here. They were, my 4-year-old son was afraid to come back to this house. But I was able to comfort them and get them back home, let them know that everything's gonna be all right. That their father won't let nothing happen to them. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? Because Brooklyn Center is a place with 30,000 people. You have Asians, you have Hispanics, you have Native Americans, you have Somalis, you have Liberians, Nigerians, and you have African Americans. Liberians and African Americans, Nigerians is pretty much the same. Everybody get along. You have more people of color than you have blue whites here. So, with that being said, I just want everybody, because I know everybody in America is on their edge right now because of this verdict. They're waiting on, the verdict of George Floyd. But we have to be very, very strategic, y'all. Because we have heard with Congressman Maxine Waters, she's in Minneapolis, downtown, trying to get the crowd all wild up, and because she's wild up for sounds, man. But we got to be careful with that, y'all, because that can cause a riot. You got outsiders, not just Maxine Waters. You got a lot of people, some guys that I've never seen before was around. Some guys, shaggy looking motherfuckers from Scooby Doo coming out here to cause chaos. That's the thing. I don't support Black Lives Matter. I don't. You can't be Black Lives Matter and just go out here and protest for when police officers shoot us down. And then when somebody else, because there's been a lot of shootings going on, y'all. A lot of black, you know, kids been getting shot. I mean, I think she was 7 years old, in Chicago, got shot 6 times. Well, her daddy took her to McDonald's. And I'm not saying, that we should be, I'm not saying I'm not one of those type of, you know, brothers that, black man that, so-called black man or so-called African American man gonna get on social media and be like, what about black on black crime? I ain't, no, hell no. I don't do shit like that. But the thing about it is, some of y'all, man, you say that's the voice of the unheard, people riot, the voice of the voiceless, but when they tie up and break into your house and destroy your property, how would you feel? That's all I gotta say. See, when they start tying up your neighborhood and break into your house, and scare your children, how would you feel? Because we know there's a lot of outsiders coming, whether they're from working with the whites, with the skinheads, the KKKs, or Black Lives Matter. I don't support the Black Lives Matter organization. I don't support NAACP. NAACP made over $60 million last year. Black Lives Matter made over 90 million in 2020. Why do you think Mike Brown Sr. was suing? Mike Brown, the one who was killed in St. Louis, was suing him for 20 million. Why do you think Jamel Wright's mother was calling him out? Benjamin Crump. Come on, man. And see, the problem is you can't just have that energy for just when we get shot down. You can't. You gotta have the energy. Say that you have to. You gotta have that energy and capacity for everything else. Because we sit there, you have all these people out there protesting for Black Lives Matter. When George Floyd was killed, yes, it was bad. It was bad. It didn't look good. It was not. I live here. The Deontay Wright was murdered right in my hometown, right here where I live at. The police station right down the street from where I live at. It's not a good look. But come on, black people. We are so damn selective about who we defend. People of other people say, why you gotta always bring up other people of other group of people? Because I choose to bring it up. I'm trying to make y'all understand what they don't do to each other. If you can't understand about unification, or you can't, if you can't understand how the Japanese were able to get resources and money from the government, which would they bombed in Pearl Harbor, you would never understand. If you can't understand why the Native Americans got reparations for what happened to them, you would never understand. And Joe Biden just gave them what, $3.1 billion. I might be off my math by a little bit. You would never understand. 30, $3.1 billion, or it might be $31 billion. I'm not sure. But he just cut them a check, the Native Americans. Again, if you can't understand why the Jews, so-called Jews, has been given reparations in this country when the Holocaust happened over there in Germany, then you will never understand. See, every time something happens to a Latino kid with a Mexican young man that was shot in Chicago, a 13-year-old who was running with a gun, see, they started talking about resources. If you look at that, what they're talking about, the village in Chicago, they talk about them Latinos, they talk about resources. We talk about just dancing, dancing and shit, and want to, just go out there and protest with everybody, want to talk about, everybody come on in. It's a cool, it's a rainbow, all that. I ain't got nothing against no, look, I don't got nothing against nobody. I love everybody. I love everybody. I ain't got nothing against nobody, man. But we don't talk about resources. Black Lives Matter ain't talk about no reparations. We ain't gonna get nothing, man, because you got all these people that get on these cameras and they ain't representing us, man. You have people, activists, local activists in St. Paul. You have local activists in Minneapolis. You have local activists in Brooklyn Center. They don't want no. They don't want to be on camera, man. I've met activists here in our community. I told you this is not an all black community. Is it more black people out here? Yes and no, because you have a lot of Hispanics out here. You have Native Americans out here. You have Asians, and you have also whites. So it is what it is. That's the kind of community we live in. Unfortunately, this cop, Kim Potter, she screwed up. She fucked up real bad. And she's off the force. They arrested her. It is what it is, man. But I am not gonna sit up here and just focus on just and get my emotions. Am I upset? Of course. But everybody deserves their day in court, man. Everybody. Even some of these officers. But they've been calling her out too, man. You have some officers on social media calling her out. I've seen it. One officer said, I forgot his name. He called out. He said, "This is a taser. This is a gun. This is a taser. This is a gun." So it is what it is, man. So, but we as a people, my people, I'm talking about my people, we got to do better, man. We can't just sit up here and just say Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, and all I see is a bunch of people that look like they belong to the LGBT community, and that's all I see. Ain't none of them has spoken up about the injustice that happened to Bill Cosby. Y'all know damn well that Bill Cosby was railroaded. Come on, man. Y'all know Bill Cosby was railroaded, man. Y'all know that Bill Cosby was railroaded. Don't play with me. Don't sit there and try to play with me and get on and sit there and pretend like what happened to Bill Cosby was he wasn't set up and he wasn't railroaded. But none of these Black Lives Matter, none of the NAACP, no Al Sharpton. Only person who said something was Jesse Jackson. But he waited, what, 5 years to say something? 5 or 6 years? I mean, Bill Cosby was already convicted by the time Jesse Jackson said something. A little bit too late, right? He was already convicted. I know Lil Boosie said something, and some other rappers have said something, but about time these rappers started saying things, Bill Cosby was already convicted, y'all. He was already convicted. So that's the problem I'm having. When it's like Johnny come too late ass type of people. I don't get that. I don't support that shit, man. We got to stop running away from this man right here on this picture, man. Black America. I'm talking to you. So-called Black America. Black Americans. All Black lives matter to me. And it should matter to you too. We as a people, we screwed up real bad on this one. We continue to listen to false narratives. We continue to listen to people that get on their platforms and bring up Aaliyah. They said Aaliyah is an indictment. Just because they say Aaliyah is an indictment, does that make it facts? Does that make it true? They said, well, Stephen Greenberg said that Aaliyah, he was married to Aaliyah. So what? I don't trust Stephen Greenberg. I have every right, and I have every right to feel that way. Hell, I trust Doug Antoine more than I do Stephen Greenberg. Yeah, I said it. What you gonna do about it? I trust Doug Antoine more than I do Stephen Greenberg. And even though he might be a what you call a hothead, but at least like to me he was trying to do something. Maybe I'm just saying. Stephen Greenberg to me, man, I don't know, man. I'm just saying. You don't make that kind of statement. You don't make that kind of statement about he married Aaliyah. And then the judge put that, then not the judge, I'm sorry, but the government, the prosecutors put that in the indictment. So Aaliyah's going to come back from the dead and testify, huh? That goes to show you how weak their case is, if that's an indictment. So I've heard some people coming back, crawling out the rock they was under, coming back and speaking about Aaliyah. And I want to say shout out to the new people that's been coming along and been speaking about R. Kelly. We need new people. We need to attack the media. There's been somebody speaking about the media. We need to attack everybody on any public platform that has something to say negative about Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, or the real known as R. Kelly, because we know this man is facing a long time in prison. If they convict him. We ain't got time for no cornball ass Negroes, niggas and nigglets to get on here and talk shit about this man. We ain't got time for it no more. We ain't playing. So I'm asking the R. Kelly supporters, I'm begging y'all. I know y'all got beef with each other. I know that y'all have issues. I get that. But anybody that has something slick to say about this man, attack him. Get their ass, man. I don't care, man. I know that a lot of us don't get along. It ain't. I know a lot of y'all are fighting each other, man. But you gotta attack the media and the power of social media. Whoever says something slick about him, and if they do, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I call her Angela Rye. I'm gonna use my platform to go at her. I cannot focus. I got to get my mind off of what's going on here in Brooklyn Center, man, in Minnesota. I can't focus on what's going on in Twin City. 'Cause I don't want. This is a touchy subject. What's going on here in Minnesota? I don't want to lose it. You know what I'm saying? Because my kids. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hurt to see. I don't like to see my kids hurting, man. But they're a little better now. You know what I'm saying? They're doing better because they back in school, and my son's daycare is back open again. But I hope they do the right thing, man. I hope things don't escalate. You know what I'm saying? I hope they do the right thing. But anyway, I just want us to understand that this man here, due process rights was violated. Y'all know it, I know it. It was violated. And nobody from Al Sharpton, nobody from Jesse Jackson. I mean, Jesse Jackson lived in Chicago. Didn't say anything. They just let this man sit in jail for since July of 2019. Read, well, April the 19th, nobody ain't saying nothing about R. Kelly. Nobody from NAACP, nobody from Black Lives Matter. You got all these people on social media that love to talk about. Yes, I don't like Tamika Denori. Yeah, call out. Keep exposing them. But some of y'all on your platforms talked about R. Kelly. I heard you. Some of you, talked about R. Kelly this, R. Kelly that. He did it. We could have the R. Kelly. I've heard you take subliminal shots at R. Kelly. Talk about he did this. What did he do? I had to have a conversation with somebody at the barber shop. And the brother that was telling him was cutting his hair. We both was Chicago. What did he do? We want to know what did he did. And everybody want to know. Telling this one brother said, man, he wasn't even from Chicago. He said, man, he said, y'all saying something different, but somebody from Chicago tell me something totally different. And we telling him, point him out. Where he at? Where they at? If the person tells you that he did these things, they lying. Everybody said he did this and did that. And the people saying he married Aaliyah, they coming out now. It's funny that the trials come up in August. And everybody got something, everybody's coming back. Everybody's coming back to say this. Everybody's coming back to doing this. Everybody got, I just, that's what's, I don't trust nobody but God. I trust God, man. And people, I'm just saying, man, I'm just looking, I'm just saying some strange things. Like I said, I don't be on social media that much, but when I do, I tap in and I look and I observe some things and I say, whoa, that don't it just don't seem right. That don't seem right to me. They are trying too hard it's just trying too hard to convict this man, this one man. If you read their indictment, a lot of that stuff came from that reality show called Surviving R. Kelly. And I told one brother, man, we got into it. The brother at the barbershop. I said, man, if you believe he's guilty, okay, that is your perception. That is your opinion. But at least let him have his day of court. Did he deserve that? Ah, man. I mean, it's like I'm like, man, he don't deserve his day in court. Do you? I mean, I got into a different, two people, three different people I got into it with. People out there protest. You wouldn't believe, man. That's why I don't. That's why I say I don't support people that talk about that Black Lives Matter shit. You get what I'm saying, y'all? Because when it comes to R. Kelly or anybody else, Bill Cosby, because he's the guy at the barber, he think Bill Cosby guilty too. See, matter of fact, it's been many months I set up in that. Many times I sit in that barber shop, and we had talks in there, and a lot of brothers don't. They think Michael was guilty. We had a conversation about Michael Jackson. They believe Michael did it. So I'm just saying, everybody want to talk about, how much they love Michael Jackson. He's so innocent. Hey man, y'all, and let's talk about Michael Jackson. You know Michael Jackson. They're talking about how R. Kelly met Lil when she was 14. You do know Michael Jackson met Brooke Shields when she was 15 years old, and Michael was 20, 21. Y'all do know that, right? Did y'all know that? Or do I have to put that out there? Michael met Brooke Shields, not when Thriller came out, before Thriller came out. That's the pictures y'all see. Brooke Shields was 15. Michael was in his 20s when he met Brooke Shields, y'all. Did y'all know that? They were friends. Oh, y'all didn't know that, huh? And y'all you do know the history of Jermaine Jackson and Randy Jackson messing around with each other's wives, right? I mean, come on, man. See, the thing about Black America, I didn't want to do this. I really didn't want to do this. But see, y'all continue to focus on R. Kelly and the Liz relationship. See, hmm see that? Michael Jackson met Brooke Shields when she was 15. He was in his 20s. Right after the success of Off the Wall. There's a documentary about it. See, black people, I've been know about this. I've been know about that. But see, I'm not saying Michael did anything with her, but y'all assume that R. Kelly and Aaliyah had a relationship because y'all listen to these people that come on and do interviews that has a gender, okay? They have an agenda, right? You hear these guys, you hear the bass in their voice, you could tell that they have a personal vendetta against this man, you know. And then you could tell some of these people are being paid to say this stuff, man. Talking about they to martial arts, they got they got R. Kelly got he should have been he played basketball. I'm surprised he got beat up in jail. Well, when you get attacked in your sleep, it doesn't matter what type of martial arts that you know. I don't give a fuck if you're a black belt in Taekwondo. I don't care if you're a black belt in Jeet Kune. I don't care if you're a black belt in Aikido or Wing Chun. It doesn't matter. Because I seen a brother talk about R. Kelly, speak about Kells, who was around, he said he was around Aaliyah and Barry Hankinson. He knows them and all this time. That's what he said. He said his wife seen these things. But I'm starting to believe that R. Kelly did slept with a lot of these guys, girlfriends, their wives, their side pieces. And that's what it's all about. I'm not saying R. Kelly didn't make mistakes, man, by doing things like that, sleeping with people's wives, fucking they adult daughters. I'm not saying he shouldn't. There's a lot of things he did morally wrong, but he ain't doing that. Ain't doing nothing illegal. But I'm just saying, a lot of these cats are holding the grudges, man. I can tell the way they talk. You can look into a person's eyes and the way they move, the emotion, the aggressiveness in their voice, the way they speak about Kells. They're holding a grudge. Craig Hodges holding a grudge against R. Kelly. He slept with Craig Hodges' wife. He said on Vlad TV, Craig Hodges, he said, well, Karma is a bitch. He got what he deserved. He said, that's what Craig Hodges said, Karma, he slept, but Craig Hodges ain't telling the story that, he slept with his wife. I mean, hey, man, Craig Hodges, so R. Kelly slept with his wife. R. Kelly was banging, fucking a lot of these, it's just a lot of dudes, women, their wives, their cousins. I mean, he was knocking them down, man. He was a ladies' man, but he was doing it. Me personally, I wouldn't have been doing it. You know what I'm saying? I did that one time, man, to one of my partners, girls, man. I ain't do that shit no more. But he was just, he's R. Kelly. I just don't know. He did it. It is what it is. And a lot of those dudes hold a grudge against him because of that. Look what he did to Sparkle. It wasn't one of his bandmates. She was married. So that goes to show you his moral. He didn't care. He was just, it is what it is, man. He was, you know, didn't he put it in the song I admit? So I'm just saying. Now, does that make him guilty of being a pedophile? Absolutely not. Does it make Michael Jackson being guilty of being a pedophile because he went out with Brooke Shields when she was 15 and they were friends? Absolutely not. Does it make R. Kelly being a pedophile and slept with Aaliyah because he was friends with Aaliyah when she was 14? Absolutely not, y'all. I mean, Prince met Monty Garcia when she was 16. The parents signed the rights over to Prince. They got married when she was 22. I mean, let's be honest about this, y'all. We've got to stop being selective about who we defend, or we're going to be some lost souls as black people, or continue to be lost souls. One of my brothers told me, man, black people ain't gonna never get it, man. My brother, I call him Hennessy, but his name is Henry. He leans to the right. He said, we're gonna always be lost. We always be lost, man, because we're so mind controlled by what the media tells us. And I totally agree with him on with the media, how mind control we are. You know, I totally agree with that. So we need, and he also told me this. He said, man, one thing I do respect about, yeah, he said he can't stand Black Lives Matter, man. None of my brothers don't like Black Lives Matter. They can't stand it. Some of my cousins they don't like it. Now he told me I gotta respect, man, the protest because he said it's been peaceful. There ain't been no riots, no looting. He said at least y'all go where what. I mean, I heard about New York because I know I got a cousin up there. And my sister was up there at the time when they protested in New York. They heard about our sister heard about that shit. So he said ain't been no riots and shit like that. When this Black Lives Matter has been looting and riots, and, you know. Even with Donald Trump, man, that was cool at first, but he said after that, when they went to that Capitol, man, that's when he said that's when the shit went, you know, that's when he kind of lost respect for Donald Trump. That whole um, thing went down to the Capitol, man. But at the end of the day, he said he respect the whole R. Kelly protest. This is my brother saying this. That's what he told me. I'm like, damn. So shout out to the protesters, man. Uh, I don't care, who else put it. Everybody, y'all, I'm not gonna. I mean, y'all know, who. Shout out to everybody, man. Who put it, whoever, I got respect for everybody that participated in it, man. And I know DeBosky was in New York. I think my sister was there at that time, and it hit the shade room. They heard it because she was there at that time. And everybody, man, I got respect for everybody. I ain't getting involved in nobody's beef. You know, I want y'all to, I hope and y'all take my suggestion that y'all would attack the media, brothers. Attack the media. You know what I'm saying? Go out to people of power social media. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Willie D. I don't care if it's Gene Deere. I don't care if it's Choke No Joke. Anybody that got something negative to say about R. Kelly, a man whose due process rights has been violated, his constitutional rights has been violated, they need to be attacked. We need to come at them, man, respectfully, okay? Because if they can sit there and we can sit there and put Earl Simmons, aka DMX, on a pedestal, who we know he wasn't no angel. Come on, man, a man who's still alive. The king of R&B is still here. Okay, he's still here, man. Anybody who says something about this man, we got to hold their feet to the fire and say, yo, this man, constitutional rights have been violated. I don't care if you think he's guilty or not. He hasn't had his day in court. He should have been to court in 2020. They playing games. It's all about his royalties. It is what it is. I'm out of here, man. I ain't got nothing else to say. If you believe everything the media tells you, you ain't nothing but a brainwashed lady. So free yourself, free your mind, free your soul. It is easy to target and destroy and bring down a black man here in America. Hell, all you need is his own rich people to do it for him. With that being said, love is God and God is love. And I also want to leave you with this. All black lives should matter to you because they all matter to me. And I am the power. 1, 2, 3, trust. And I'll see y'all in the next one, man. I love y'all. Peace.